Oh, welcome to the Superledger podcast, episode 88. Joined with my co-host here, Articulate. We're doing the podcast via streaming this week. We have a special guest here, L1 with Cruise Control, just launched on the Coreum blockchain. Powerful super app, and really excited to display more about that. We are streaming live on YouTube and X at the same time. I see my OmniFlix stream has failed again, so not quite there yet. And we'll just give Elwin a minute to get set up and with us here today. In the meantime, we do have some housekeeping to do. If you have any questions or comments, please throw them up in the chat there, and we will get to them through the show. We're going to try and figure out a way to integrate people coming up to speak at some point, but not so much today. So hopefully we could get your questions answered. And if not, like I said, just feel free to drop a chat in the window. Every week we do a draw for Coreum Punk, bounty of 10,000 CCD tokens. We're going to be talking a lot about CCD tokens here today in the show too. Amongst the Cruise Control platform. And Articulate, do you have the winning punk here this week?
Yes, thank you, Chris, and welcome to everyone to a special episode of the Superledger podcast today. We're visual, and it's the launch of the Cruise Control platform. We're going to talk to Elwin in a bit, but before we get there, we're going to be announcing this week's winner. So every week we do a spin, we give away 10,000 CCD tokens to one lucky punk holder. And this week, the winning punk is punk number 7339. That's punk number 7339. You are today's winner. If you do hold that punk, then you can go to our Discord and claim by opening a ticket. If there is not a winner and it's not minted, then whenever you mint that punk, you have a 10K bounty attached to it. So again, 7339, that's the winning punk for today.
Awesome. And that's sponsored by Coreum Community DAO. Articulate, obviously, part of the team there. And the Coreum Community DAO is meant to provide a hub of value, resources, networking opportunities for everybody in the Web3 space that wants to be part of this growing community, part of what Coreum's building here, and the communities it is bridging. So you learn more about that at our bio links to myweb3.me above there, or coreumcommunitydao.com to check it out on the website. I think we got L1 here. We'll try and pull him up on stage here if he's ready. There we go.
Okay. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, welcome. Glad you could join us.
The man of the hour.
Have you had any sleep lately?
Yeah, I did yesterday finally a bit.
Nice. Well, we're pleased to have you here today. Cruise Control platform just launched August 1st, so we're just a couple days in. Looking at the stats here, $226,687 locked on the platform already. Is that met or exceeded your expectations for launch?
Yeah, higher actually. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. Like it went super fast, and it's actually higher than that. You need to do the addition of what is locked on the DEX and on the Launchpad. So it's more close to 300,000 total TVL. But yeah, I mean, that's super happy about the launch. We actually got more traffic than expected. So. There's a couple of things that I'm working on fixing right now, but overall, very happy about what's happening. I think it's like the ecosystem needed it, and everyone answered present and started to participate. So yeah, really happy about the way it's going right now.
Yeah, I'm totally blown away the amount of the new tokens that have already launched and the excitement around them, both on the platform and social media. So it's great to see Coreum's definitely needed some tools for the community to engage with the blockchain. And many thanks to you and what you've built here with cruise control. And I know Coreum Labs has much more on the agenda moving forward, but this is definitely a big piece of that, I'm sure. Maybe just give everybody a quick introduction of the platform and its capabilities, and then we'll kind of touch on a couple things real quick as we move forward.
Yeah, 100%. So cruise control is your gateway into the Coreum ecosystem. It's a 360 application where you can do basic stuff, right, that you need to do on the chain, such as visualizing your token, staking, sending, all of this stuff. And on top of that, we recently launched a fully permissionless Launchpad, meaning that anyone can create a token, a financial asset directly on chain through a very simple interface. And the magic of the tool is that everything is set and figured out for you right away, meaning that the tokenomics is fixed or the same for all the tokens that are launched, right? So it's exactly like all the tokens that you are scrolling right now, the tokenomics are the same. So it's really easy for everyone to understand what's happening, what is the graduation threshold, what is the initial market cap, what is the initial price. It's really a tool to also like create value and let people trade on Coreum. On top of that, we also release a DEX, which is an automated market maker, and that DEX is actually working in symbiosis with the Launchpad. So every time a token graduates, meaning that it reaches a certain market cap, we move the liquidity from the Launchpad to the DEX. So like this, people have a more stable trading experience. And all those tools, they're under one same roof, which is cruise control.
Oh, that's impressive. Impressive. I will go back to the Launchpad here. I guess we'll use the opportunity to say there's a new token listed here, getting some traction today here. The Smart token under the ticker MART. Articulate. Did you want to jump in on that one?
Oh yeah. L1, welcome. It will be on the latest, Chris. Let's go back to the top and click latest.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, very, very, very impressed with just the flow of the platform and just as you said, the basic functionalities of Coreum, and you can just kind of enter the system through here and do what you need to do. And I see that there's more features coming. But since launch, I know I'm happy you got some rest, but the rest of us, I don't know. I could speak for myself though, but it's been really engaging, addictive, I could say is one word. And wanted to just, experience the platform fully. So today I, got up and chose not violence, but intelligence. And I dropped a token. So it's Smart, ticker MART. And
that's your token?
Yes.
Oh, really cool.
So
nice.
I had this idea way before in terms of having a token, a meme token, but it's not a degen type vibe. It's more like highlighting the fact that Coreum has smart tokens, and it's a smart meme, pretty much smart meme token. So
interesting.
It's going to be a little different from your average meme token out there in terms of how we run it and stuff. But it was seamless. I launched it in maybe 2 minutes or less.
Yeah.
And just as a testament to what you've built. Just wanted to highlight, I can't imagine how when real world assets start getting launched on Coreum, how easy that's going to be and seamless. So, shout out to what you're building. And I definitely see the build out as this foundation layer is set, where this can possibly go.
Yeah. It's thank you for the kind words. But yeah, it's just the beginning. Like it's as you said, like it's the foundation for something bigger. We have reward assets coming, and yeah, like in the near future, we'll be able to do the jump, between those coins and commodities. So yeah, we're really trying to expand on that vision where cruise control is becoming the platform for token issuance, whether it is attention tokens, meme, community tokens, and reward assets. But yeah, I'm glad that it was easy for you, like to buy to create a token. It's that was the whole point of it, like trying to make something that is
Yes.
super straightforward. You don't need any technical expertise, anything. Just like go click on launch and put like some information, and there you go.
Yeah, what I also like about it is the exchange tab. So outside of the tokens that are created on the platform, you can also swap for any IBC enabled token, correct?
Yeah, exactly. We had like some issue with because this is using skip protocol under the hood. So the way it works is that through IBC you are able to swap or route liquidity from any IBC enabled chain through Coreum, and that is a mechanism that is made like to onboard more people. But yeah, again, it's that 360 vision. Like how do we make it easy for someone to do all his key action at one place?
Yeah,
Thank
if
you.
I could point out a couple nice features that we noticed, one just as we're doing the show here is the alerts to say that somebody's buying or swapping. Like what a great way to potentially create FOMO. Like you're just sitting there watching the platform and then see buy. Well, geez,
yeah, it's popping right now.
Everybody's buying. I got to go take a look now.
Yeah. Something that is coming is like you're gonna be able to click on the pop-up, and then it's gonna bring you like to the right page, so you don't have to look, or it's gonna be even faster. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of thinking that has been put into the look and feel, the UX, the tokenomics as well. It's not 100% perfect yet, but I think we're getting here. And it's been 2 days, and there is how much was it? Like 50 tokens, something like this. 61 actually. 61 tokens right now.
So that brings me to ask the question that, like, that's both good and bad, right? You're going to get, a lot of people just creating tokens, some maybe even being impersonating other tokens or projects. How do you foresee protecting, or not so much even protecting, but I guess maybe some tools to alert to the fact that you might want to use caution on any particular one, or is that even possible on a permissionless system?
No, that's a good question. I think the protect word was the right one. So one thing we did, like when thinking about tokenomics and how to protect the end user, is the fact that when someone is creating a token, there is no allocation that is reserved for that token creator, right? So you create the token, and the only benefit you have, right, when you create a token, I mean, it's your vision, it's your asset in a sense, but you cannot set a supply aside for you, right, or for your team. You have to buy into the curve like everyone else. That is the first mechanism that is in place to protect investors. The fact that there is no investor insider trading possible, and that everything is public. I think that is a big part of it. And the second thing, to be honest, is trade with caution. Like there is not all the tokens. I believe in that permissionless vision, right? So I want anyone to be able to create their token. I also believe that there is more good actors than bad actors. But of course, there's as you said, there's going to be people that's going to try like to impersonate other project for their own benefits. But that is honestly like a small percentage of the total user base. So Yeah, I think permissionless is the way, and with that mechanism where we actually make sure that no one can front run the users. I think it solved like a big, like I'll say like 90% of that issue.
Yeah. So is that kind of the somewhat of a protection or a buffer that, like the creator can't have like a large portion of the supply right off the bat. They have to buy their way in effectively. So
yeah, because think about it, like most of the time what's happening on, like when there is private sale or like token that are, there's a TG, right, token generation event, most of the time you will see like on the tokenomics, let's say 10% for the public and the rest like for what they call private investors or VC or whatever they call it, right? So it means that what it really means is that people are getting like free tokens, right? So you as a public investor, you're buying the token, and then there is going to be some people dumping on you out of nowhere, right? And this is not possible on cruise control because, there is a mechanism in place that where like, if you want a token, you have to buy it. There is no other way around.
Nice. And has there been a gathering of? I'm not big on the meme tokens myself. I understand them, and it's exciting to see the energy around them, and everybody creating tokens. I get that part, but for myself, I kind of like the permissionless part of it. But you see real world assets as soon. Is that going to launch in a similar fashion as you would a token, like a real world asset? Like, can you maybe explain if there's any differences there?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a bit different. So, first of all, to access like that asset, meaning being able to buy it, being able to hold it, you will need to pass KYC, right? And that is because the issuer that is going to tokenize that commodity, this is a requirement on their end, right? So we will provide them the tools to KYC users, do AML and all this stuff. So the process is going to be a bit different in the sense that it's not going to be fully permissionless. We will work with a set of issuers. We'll start, to be honest, like with one issuer as a pilot. And they are the one that will hold the asset, that will tokenize the asset, that will provide the proof of reserve. And on our end, on cruise control, what we're going to do is take care of like all the technicalities, meaning the whitelisting on chain, the KYC, how we do that mapping, right, between the off-chain and the on-chain identity. It's a bit different in the ethos, I'll say, but at the end you'll be able like to trade all tokens all together. The only difference is KYC, I'll say.
Okay, so if I have a bunch of silver on my possession and I want to tokenize it, I just KYC, go through you. That obviously encourages me to make sure that my assets are truly backed, right? Because now my name, everything's on that. And then at once that asset is live on the DEX, so you'd be able to create pairs with any asset you want, basically.
So a bit different. So the let's say we work with an issuer that is tokenizing gold, right? You will be able to buy the gold on cruise control. And what will happen, like in the background, is that every time someone is buying, the issuer is taking care of his inventory, right? So it's one for one. So you're buying on chain, right? The issuer is buying the gold on the market, boom, and then they do that tokenization. So it's it's kind of like a loop that happened like in a very short time. This is the benefit of tokenizing assets on chain. But yeah, to answer your question, you cannot tokenize something that you own. It has to be the issuer that do this process. If that makes sense.
Okay. And so if you had a commodity of your own, let's say whatever background you come from, can you become an issuer then, like, or does that have to be like somewhat of a already known and established issuer to utilize this?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the thing with becoming an issuer is that you need to hold a certain set of licenses, sorry, and you need to also be able to provide like proof of reserve, right? Because think about it, like those guys, their mission is to make gold more accessible, right? Because let's say as today you want to buy gold, what you do is like you, I suppose, right? I don't own gold, but like you drive to the gold dealer, you say, okay, I want to buy that amount of gold, you pay in cash, give you back the gold. Then what you do is like you drive back home with your piece of gold, you put it in a safe, or like you go put it in the bank, whatever. How it works on chain is the issuer is the one, you can see it as the shop, right? That you will go and give some cash. So is the shop right here. And the way you give them money is actually by buying the token. So when you buy the token, what they do is like they set that exact same amount of gold that you bought on chain. They set it aside and they say, okay, that is owned by Chris, right? And by owning this token, Chris now have access to that same amount of gold. So there is a link between the on-chain asset and what is off-chain in the issuer safe, right? And the reason I'm saying that is to become an issuer, you need to hold a license, like to be able like to do that transaction, to be able to sell gold to other people, and you also need to provide this proof of reserve. So, to be very honest with you, I don't know how to become an asset issuer in the sense. I don't know what type of what is the process to acquire this license, but I'm sure it's feasible. Like if you want to become like a silver issuer on chain, I'm sure there is a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah, it still sounds like maybe silver's not a great example, but if you're tokenizing digital products or something like that.
Oh, like art.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. Sounds like you'd still be using the more traditional, or the way that we're kind of used to doing it now, is just kind of tokenizing it as an NFT using the permissionless type launcher or similar, right?
I guess it depends. Because a NFT, there is no off-chain counterparty. But let's say, as an example, if there is like Sotheby's, for example, they have something that is expensive, like let's say a Basquiat or something like this, and you want to own it as a token, right? So that token could be like either, let's say, a fungible tokens, right? If you want to do fractionalization, so you own, let's say, maybe 30% of that Basquiat, or it could be, let's say, an NFT, right? If you want to own 100% of it and have like a visual representation. But nevertheless, you need like Sotheby's to certify you that they own the Basquiat, right? And that they are able like to take custody of it like in a safe manner, right? That is the thing. So yeah, it's not super straightforward like to become an asset issuer, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that. And as far as that goes, is there any is there any timelines of issuers coming to the our RWA side of things?
Yeah, I don't have an exact timeline, but we're working as of today with an issuer. So we are in the pilot program, like to, and we did all the discovery phase. So we mapped out like all the process, like what needs to be done on chain, what needs to be done like technically wise, and I actually learned a lot of on all that process. Especially it's for gold, like to give you an alpha, like that issuer like is working on tokenizing gold.
Wait, is gold coming to Coreum?
Yeah, gold is definitely coming to Coreum.
Wow, nice.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, no timeline. I don't want to give a timeline. You know, it is there is a
yeah, it gets you into trouble. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. But I say like sooner than later. To be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and I'd like to, like I said, I'm not big on the meme coins, but I want to speak to the DEX itself. I've been very eager to be able to interact with the Coreum native DEX. Definitely think it's one of Coreum's strong points, I guess, if you could point to things that set it apart from other blockchains out there and what it's capable of. I created the CCD XRP pool.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm really impressed on how smooth that was, and really enjoyed the process.
Can you go on create pool on the stream so we can show like everyone?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you just create your pool, select your tokens. So I don't know what's in this wallet it'll let me do here, but so yeah, there you go. You've got some Coreum and XRP. There's your pool summary.
Nice.
Set initial price. I was trying to do an RLUSD one last night, but it wouldn't let me go down that road. I don't think so.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't think it's. I think I was having a route issue or something like that. I can't remember what came up, but I didn't fight too hard with it. But
yeah, we'll look into it. But the whole thing with that token, but the pool creation, it's the same motto that we had with the Launchpad. It's like, how do we make it as easy as possible? And I think the UI is, I like the UI, to be honest, because what you're doing right now is setting the initial price, and what is the initial price is the ratio of the pool, meaning that let's say 1 Coreum is equal to 1 XRP, hopefully soon, right? You put this, and then on the next step, it will ask you to deposit the exact amount, right? So because it's 1-to-1, like you will have to deposit in the pool minimum like 1 XRP and 1 Coreum, or 1,000 XRP and 1,000 Coreum, and that's how we set the initial price for the pool, and that's quite unique. Like even like big dexes, like for example, Astroports, they don't have that, because what you need to do most of the time is create the pool in one transaction, then you need to go somewhere else and add liquidity to that pool, and that will set the initial price. But between this time, that you have the chance that someone, a bad actor, for example, or someone that just to mess around, like will add liquidity and break the price ratio. But the way it's done on cruise control, it's one atomic transaction. So the pool creation and the initial price are set in one single transaction.
Nice. And so just for, like, to me, this is like the only part that, slow down, take your time, make sure you're getting this part right. The rest, like you said, it's really user friendly. Just click, and you're there. What happens if you get the price wrong? So like right now, obviously, 1 Coreum isn't equal to 1 XRP, but let's say I create the pool as such, and fund it as such. Is it just arbitrage that's going to correct that and balance it out eventually?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's no going back and making adjustments, right? So like that's kind of what I said. At this stage, just slow down, make sure you got your price proper, and And otherwise you're going to have to arbitrage it yourself to get it sorted out. So.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have a small amount, I guess it's okay. But yeah, better like to do things right, like the like right away, right? Otherwise, yeah, someone will come arbitrage the pool, and the price will correct itself, right?
And for liquidity, like I started this XRP pool pretty thin. I think obviously you know nobody's going to be able to trade much out of it, but for liquidity, do you have like a recommended, like if you're going to start a pool, try and have this amounts just for optimum slippage, or because Coreum's pretty cheap, and as far as fees and that, do you have a recommended sweet spot there?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So oh, sorry, my phone. So the more liquidity you add, the less the slippage, right? I don't have a exact amount of liquidity to give you. It also depends of like the asset, but
Mm-hmm.
In terms of tokens, I'll say like, yeah, I mean, if you have 1-to-1, I'll say like 10,000 of each token, like is a good start. But then it depends, like if it's, for example, let's say when Coreum is equal 0.1 XRP, like it's different. Like, but that's a good suggestion actually. We could work on a tool that gives you, okay, based on the ratio that you entered, this is the sweet spot or like the minimum liquidity that you should provide if you want a trade of, let's say, that amount to have X slippage.
Mm-hmm.
That could be something. Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of looking at that on the CCD tokens on Osmosis also, and the IBC version of it, and we're kind of looking at that too, like on Osmosis. I think they kind of say around 10,000 combined. The two assets combined about 10,000. Assuming you don't set your swap fee too high, should get you able to trade a $50 trade with less than 1% slippage.
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, it's around that. Also, yeah, as you said, like it depends of the price of the size of the trade. But that's a good like thumb of rule, I'll say.
And then so I was trying to play around with Samara USD, so I was bridging some, or I was instead of bridging it over, sorry, from the XRP Ledger, I was just going to do a swap within Pulsera there. But same thing, liquidity was pretty thin, so I wasn't doing a huge trade or anything, but the slippage was just crazy, so I just backed away from it. Yeah. But I know we spoke about this some time ago. I've had Georges on the show before from Euclid Protocol. Aggregated liquidity, like, is there a way, I guess, like you said, he's working with Scud Router in the background, like, are these pools going to be able to interact and create assets with like aggregated liquidity in some way?
So the Coreum team is actually working on, and I think with the Sologenic team, like on a liquidity router, and that is going to be key because right now, as you said, like the process, like it's super manual, right? If you want to, let's say, bring RL USD to Coreum, you have to bridge it manually, put it like bring it from XRPL to Coreum. But what is going to happen, I believe, like in the near future, is with that router, is everything is going to be abstracted for the user. So let's say you have your Xaman wallet, you log into Cruise Control, and you want to create a pool with an asset that is on the XRPL, or both assets that are on the XRPL, just proceed, right? Click, boom, and on the background, what will happen is the liquidity will be routed from the XRP Ledger to Coreum, and the last part of that take is the going to be like some wallet abstraction, meaning that you will be able to control your Coreum account with your XRP wallet.
Excellent.
So it's like asset portability, right? So you're actually controlling the asset from the native chain rather than a wrapped version, right?
Yes, pretty much. But what I'm trying to say is the whole process that Chris described, like it will be improved, and you're not gonna have to, like manually take an asset from the XRPL, put it here, switch wallets, and all this stuff. It's gonna be streamlined.
Excellent. We have a question from Aldane. Where do you see LP rewards?
Yeah, that's a good question. So LP rewards right now, you cannot see it. We don't have like a way to preview it, but the way it works, LP rewards is, for example, you see like on that cat Coreum pool, there is a 390% APR, meaning that when you provide liquidity and you go like to the My Position tab, if you provide liquidity, what you will see is the number of LP token that you have and the amount of underlying asset that those LP tokens give you access. So as an example, if you provide 1,000 CAT and 1,000 Coreum, right, as a liquidity provider, and actually that will not be 1,000. What is it, the ratio right now? Let's look real quick. It's 0.7. So 1 CAT is equal to 0.7 Coreum. So if you put, let's say, 1,000 CAT, you have to put 1,000 Coreum, right? Boom, you put that as a liquidity provider. You receive, let's say, 10,000 liquidity token. And then at T equals 0, that is the amount of token that you want. With the fees, right? Because liquidity provider receive fees, which is the APR, right? Every time someone is swapping, the number of assets in the pool increase, and your share is increasing as well. So you keep the same number of liquidity token, but instead of having, in this example, 1,000 CAT and 700 Coreum, maybe you're gonna have 1,100 CAT and 800 Coreum, right? So that delta is what you made as a liquidity provider. And yes, to answer your question, right now there is no way to see it, right? To make that, we don't have a UI to show that, right? To show that P&L. So we're working on that to provide the a way to track it, like visually. Hopefully that was clear. If it's not clear, just like let me know. I'll try to frame it another way.
Yeah, no problem. I do have a question that was messaged to me here. Please ask what you have to do if you drop a real-world asset that has to be made or tied into a fixed USD price as a counter value. I go back to our issuer conversation, I guess.
That's a stablecoin, right? I guess.
Yeah, pegging it to a USD price. Yeah,
I guess that's what you call a stablecoin. That's a good question. Like stablecoin, for example, they are a real-world asset in a sense, because most of them, what they are treasury bills, right? That are tokenized, and that tokenized asset on the blockchain is called a stablecoin. So, for example, Paxos, which is a big issuer of stablecoin, what they do, they have custody of those treasury bills, right? And if you go on Paxos.org, you see like actually the ratio. So they have different type of things, right? They have treasury bill, they have short-term bonds and things, so it's more liquid, right? But the thing is, what you need to do is, have a structure, a legal entity that allow you to hold those bonds, and then you need to be able to tokenize them on chain. So there is that technical part, and then the link between them, it's called a proof of reserve. That is like a lot of what you heard like in the news. Oh, Tether, sorry, the stablecoin does not provide like a proof of reserves, or they have not been audited by a third party like to prove that they hold like the counterparty. So yeah, you need to have the whole pipeline, right, to tokenize something like the US dollar.
Interesting. And Articulate, how do you feel? I'm just watching the stream here. You seeing your token being bought as we're doing. Like, that's a great feature, Owen. I can't even.
it keeps me up at night.
That's sometimes I just like put it on my screen and then I go do something else.
You know, it would be funny too, like, you know, feel like they have the bomb. Like if there's a big buyer, like that big boom, that would be crazy. But I just find that feature very engaging. It pulls you in, and please don't do a push notification, because then when my phone is down and then those alerts come in on the screen, I'm gonna just not be able to get anything else done. But it's great because it allows you to engage with your community from that level, and then you have your links on your your token or your project to point them to where you want to gather and stuff. So it's a great launch pad, as it's called, to launch out, like if you're building something from scratch, or if you have a existing community, you want to add utility or other type of things to it. It's a great place to do that. So I really like it, love it, and I've spent that's become like the go-to for me right now. I wanted to find out about the apps tab on the cruise control sidebar. Tell me about it. Like I know that there are other things you're working on, and some of them are more closer than some, but like give me a briefer of like what's on that tab and how they function.
Yeah, 100%. So here's like all the projects that are on Coreum. The three first projects are Coreum Labs projects, so same company as Cruise Control. And yeah, so Cruise Control, we're talking about it. Corecast prediction market on Coreum. And the Coreum.fun, it's actually going to be a casino with like a lottery and I think, was it like a month ago or 2 weeks ago? Like we did like a Superledger podcast like for the lottery. It was a no loss lottery where you like by buying the ticket, you were like actually staking to the Coreum Labs validator, and then we picked a winner that we paid with the accumulated reward. And at the end of the day, like you were able like to burn your token and get back your initial collateral. So that was a no loss lottery. And that platform, like it was pretty successful. So that platform, what we did is we are expanding into a casino. So yeah, that was the UI was pretty simple. And actually we did had something about the DEX, right? The order book DEX, like the token you were actually like for sale on the order book DEX.
Yeah, that was great there. And then this one's yet to come, the prediction market. I think that's going to be very, very popular too.
I can't wait for that, man, because we do have like things that sometimes as a community we like try to speculate on, and that's what's better to put your money where your mouth is.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. So yeah, it's a page like to to like showcase other project. There is Bids, Pulsara, which I say are the two other like big project that are live on the network right now. So Bids like a wonderful NFT marketplace. And actually, if you own a NFT on Bids, you can set it as your profile picture on Cruise Control.
Nice.
So yeah, very cool platform, and yeah.
I don't have my my wallet connected to this browser here, but I did notice that there's a points or a ranking system of some kind, a TGE airdrop mentioned. What's that? If you don't mind explaining.
Yeah, for sure. So what is really important, like for platform like Cruise Control, is the early community. And the way to have like a good community is to make sure like to reward them. So the TG Point Leaderboard is a way to track every action that are done on the platform. So the more you trade, meaning performing a buy or sell on the Launchpad, same for the DEX, providing liquidity, you are receiving points, and those points will later be converted like to actual tokens when you do the token generation event for the CC token, which will be like a token that like the umbrella token for the whole Coreum Labs ecosystem.
Nice. So there you go. You can keep track of your points. See, there's smart people way out there ahead of everybody else. Don't know if that's related to our smart guy on the panel here, Articulate or not. But yeah, great to see the interaction for the community on this. Not really surprising to me to see it, but really good that the response has been so positive.
Yeah. So, and yeah, that is the news section. Like,
Oops.
no, oh good. That is like quick like way to have situation awareness on what's happening off chain. So on crypto Twitter, we'll expand that as well. We have like we're working with a company that is providing news feed, right? So we'll have like news that are like more up to date, like a better quality of news, and yeah, just an insight of like on what's happening on the market.
Nice. Nice. Anything on here that we haven't touched on yet? Well, we haven't went to the exchange yet.
Yeah, actually, try to click in the middle, like on the swap thing. Yeah, click on Kepler. I mean, connect your wallet, whatever the wallet is. Yeah. Okay, cool. So here, for example, like try to put like one USDC, just as a number. Boom. So what's happening here is that you are getting one USDC from Noble, and this USDC is being swapped and routed from Noble to Coreum. So it's like a 2-in-1 type of transaction. So it's being sent from Noble to Osmosis, which is the DEX app chain on the Cosmos ecosystem. And here there is a swap that's happening. And after that, the token is sent, the Coreum token is sent from Coreum, from Osmosis to Coreum as a last step.
Yeah.
When Moon.
Yeah.
I guess pretty soon, honestly.
And I see there's what I want to check on here. So these are all Cosmos routes. You see EVM and Solana coming soon. Any non-rigid timelines on that? Like, are we talking days, weeks, or months on that, do you think? Or?
No, we're talking weeks. It's the same bundle as the XRP adapter, as I call it. It's this is going to be big. The ability to have other ecosystem, like connect to the platform with their native wallet. So for XRP Ledger, it's like Zaman. I think Joey is becoming more and more popular. For Solana, it's Phantom. For Ethereum, it's MetaMask. So when we have that figured out, we'll open that, and of course, it's going to be big. The ability to onboard those other ecosystems.
Nice, but as you can see here, just the Cosmos ecosystem in itself is
there's quite a lot of tokens.
Massive.
Yeah.
I can't even find the one I was looking at. The one I seen was XRPL EVM was one of the choices on here.
Maybe look in the search bar.
Yeah, I'll just punch it up there.
If it shows up.
Yeah, there we go.
Is it that? Is that the one from Persist from the XRPL section?
Sure, it's a noble address. Yeah. So no, yeah, that's the thing. There's so many that I don't expect you to know all of them.
Yeah. No, there's many, and the thing is that it's the way the asset are sourced. It's through Skip protocol, so it's not even. We do not source the asset or perform the swap. It's done by a third party.
Yeah, that's the only one on Cosmos for XRP. Yeah, no, it's really nice. I did do some exchanges on it yesterday. I don't know if is the I don't know if you could say, is the airdrop going to be just based on points, or is it based on interaction with the overall platform? What's that look like maybe from listeners wanting to position themselves well on here? Yeah,
no, it's going to be based. Might change in the future, but for now, it's exclusively based on points. The reason is when you see it less and less, right? People doing massive airdrop, to, let's say, all the Coreum holders, it does not make sense for us, to be honest. We want to prioritize people that actually interact with the platform and reward them, right? So everything is aligned, right? The platform, the community, and the vision.
And the points are based on the interactions, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So the more you trade, the more points you have.
So it's likely.
Well, it's not just for trade. You must get points for providing liquidity.
So you get points to. By interacting on the Launchpad, interacting with the DEX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. There you
go. Just a question relating to what you were just showing on the screen, Chris, with the different assets. I know you had put out a tweet recently that said pretty soon, say memes or tokens from the XRP Ledger will be able to, come across, and vice versa on the cruise control platform. Is that what you were speaking to just now in terms of the upgrade that's coming to the XRP Ledger to allow that?
Yes, and on the more short term, on the more short term, there is gonna be a couple of tokens from the XRPL that we are gonna bridge through cruise control and create liquidity pool. So probably next week you will see a couple of good tokens from the XRP Ledger appear on cruise control.
Nice. And then, so maybe for those not familiar with launching of the token too, that's somewhat of an automated process for the token creator also, right? Once it gets to a certain threshold, it launches on the DEX automatically. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, everything is done in a fully automated manner. And what's happening is when the token reach 101,000 Coreum, the progress bar reached 1,000%. And at that stage, the Launchpad, which is a smart contract, is talking to the DEX, which is also a smart contract, and it's telling him, okay, I want to create a pool for those two assets, meaning like the token and Coreum. So let's say, for example, MBS Coreum, right? We take MBS, we take the liquidity, which is Coreum, and boom, we create a pool, and we do that migration to the DEX.
Nice.
So I was up when the MBS sold out, and it was kind of in the wee hours of the morning, and I did notice that it did it automatically, and I was like, first of all, it was done in a few seconds. I was like, somebody, if they did it, had to have been there to do it. But it's good to know that that's an automated process that also takes a lot of the technicalities out of it if someone has not too much of a deep knowledge into like setting up a pool and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that there is no human needed. It's better because there was no way to do like a mistake, right? It's safer, and it is faster, right? Like no one needs to be behind the computer like to perform it. So as soon as it reaches that threshold, it is done like in a couple of seconds, or maybe like actually no, it's done like in I've seen 1 second, like in the block time of Coreum. Like so, it's super fast.
Another question. So, regards to, it was a pool question. Damn, it slipped me. I'll get back to you.
It's so good. I feel you.
He's just looking at he's already in the top 10 here with Smart Token here.
Oh, for real? I didn't even.
Yeah. When you stack them up, and shout out to your platform here, L1. Look at Cat Tokens, 100% sold. Coreum P, 100% sold. MBS, 100% sold. You got 3 projects that have just maxed out within 2 days.
Yeah,
and many others like well on their way, but. In our the Smart Token launched here this morning. Look at that, 32% already.
Nice. The question I wanted to ask was, I did notice that you can possibly, I don't know if this is a fact or not, but you can possibly set up a pool with, say, a token you just created, but it just can't be paired with Coreum out the gate, right? It has to be some other asset.
Yeah, that's a good observation, actually. The reason is because like on the DEX, there only can be like one pool with the 2 same assets, right? So if you create a pool before that, then it's become annoying because the Launchpad cannot do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a good observation.
So it kind of blocks it and reserves it. Okay. Nice. I like that because as you said, it takes care of that duplicate pool situation and also gives the Launchpad a full chance to sell out before going to that next step, which is a good progress of the sale.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So between maybe some quick stats. So between like price, I think like when the token start at 0% to 100%, like the token do like a time. Sorry. That was like a time 15 or 16. So if you put like 100 Coreum at, let's say, 1%, then at 100% the token is going to be worth 1,500.
15x each Launchpad is a 15x from 0 to 100.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then it finds its way to the DEX and has a life of its own.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's good to know that the automatic feature from Launchpad to DEX, you don't have to have any additional Coreum locked up or stored somewhere to deploy to set up that pool. It just takes whatever was there and just creates it and have it enough initial liquidity to start with.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole thing. Because like, look at the liquidity that we have, right? We have right now 242,000 in liquidity. That is a lot because of the success of Bobcat, to be honest. But all that liquidity is fully organic, right? There is no third party that have come like and put some liquidity, right? It's 100% organic. It's 100% by the community. So and that's 242. Can you look at what is Pulsara liquidity right now?
Yeah, sure. Just 1 second.
Yeah, shout out to the Cat project. They're close to getting 1-to-1 with Coreum. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think the market cap right now is like a million,
Wow.
1,100,000.
So you did a million in over the weekend, like between the last 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. Nice.
There you go.
It's crazy. Let me see. 847. So 847 on cruise control. We have 242 plus. I think that was 72. 242 plus 72. So that's 300,000 liquidity in total. So if we do 300 divided by 840, so we have 35% of Pulsara liquidity, which is crazy. Like in 2 days, we reach 35%. So yeah, it's 100% organic, and I'm sure like in the next couple of weeks, like it will keep expanding.
And so the central limit order book's coming. That one's a little less organic because it requires market makers likely. What dimension do you see that adding to cruise control?
Yeah, so the order book, we are using it on the as on the RWA port. That is, it's a key component of the solution. Just wanted to mention it. But yeah, for the Launchpad, tokens will also be made available on the order book. When it's available, you will see like you will have actually 3 trading venue, right? Or 2 at the same time. You will have the Launchpad, then the AMM, and then the order book DEX. So think about it as a way to, for example, OTC your token, right? So if you want to sell like a big amount of your token, right, you will be able like to do it directly on the order book DEX. And yeah, you're correct. We are actively like seeking for market makers to make that order book more liquid.
And L1, the pairs you envision on that DEX, the order book, is it going to be like what stablecoin do you envision being there? Is it USDC or RUSD?
That's a good question, actually. The way I envision it is it's going to be the same pair as what you have on the DEX. But what is cool with an order book, because you don't need any liquidity, we can create as many pair as we want, right? So yeah, we could do like, for example, CAT USDC, CAT or LUSD, CAT XRP. I mean, you name it, right? There's no limit to the number of pair that you can create.
Thank you.
Awesome. Is there anything else that we haven't highlighted on here that you'd like to? You're more welcome to share it on your screen too if you want.
I think the staking tab is worth mentioning too.
Sorry, articulate. What did you say?
I think the staking tab to show like how easy it is to from as you enter the cruise control, you could just stake your token.
Yeah, we can go over it as well. But no, I mean, overall, I'm happy that you guys like the platform. I think that's the general sentiment in the community. So I'm very happy about that. And yeah, it's only the beginning. I know there is a few bugs here and here. I'm working like to fix it, crush it, and yeah. But yeah, you're looking at the staking tab, and so the staking tab is a big component of the platform. It allows you to select a validator and stake your Coreum. And we have built like right under there is that estimated yield.
And that's a nice feature right there. Somebody was just asking me about that last week, actually.
Awesome. And yeah, it does update. Like for example, Coreum Labs have a 20% commission fees, right? So based on that amount, you receive what is it, like 317 USD? But like for example, if you select another validator with like less fees, Zenlodge, for example, you receive like 388, which is a bit more because they do not have that they have like less commission than we do. So yeah, it does update like in real time.
You just click your way through it. Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's impressive. I didn't even use it that way yet before now. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll add like more and more features, like will be like more and more seamless the way you interact with the platform, and we're gonna make it where you'll be able to be a poor user, right? And like find your way and do your stuff the way you prefer, that is more efficient for you, but still making it like very easy for newcomers.
Yeah, if I could make a suggestion.
For sure.
Because staking's a pretty important topic. It's it's, a lot of people just look at it. Hey, that's how I get my rewards, right? That's always important. But it is the governance of the blockchain. It is the security of the blockchain, and there's some important things to be noted. One thing I really like about what Smart Stake Analytics provides, that's why I've faithfully used it for my shows, is they add the education component to it. I really recommend a list for that so people can understand, like, because it's easy to click on, well, hey, if I make a 0% or go to a 0% validator, look how much more I earn per year. That's awesome, right? But then if we have everybody just staking on 0% validators, we're going to have some problems, right? So one thing I found really good is once you hit that link, it really explains the importance on staking and choosing a validator and delegating your responsibilities. To me, this is it's worth so much, and I encourage everybody that's involved in a bonded proof of stake network of any kind to go through this and really understand the implications of your stake. It's not just about your rewards. I mean, that's obviously the cool part. Everybody likes the rewards, but
no, you're right.
There's some very important things to understand as far as providing your stake in a responsible way that maximizes the benefit for the network as an entirety, not just your pocketbook.
100%. No, you're correct. Like we'll do like more like spaces, more like have more content out here, like to explain like all the different mechanics, because it's also something I believe is like super important. But yeah, or maybe we put the link to what is it? Stake Lab?
Smart Stake Analytics.
SmartX. Yeah, maybe we put a link like to SmartX. Like,
and shout out to them. They run a validator cool on the Coreum ecosystem. So I always like to suggest supporting the people that are building. Everyone's building tools on the Coreum network. Support them with your stake. Cosmos Rescue is another one. That brings tremendous value to the community. Make sure it's not always about the APY. That's it's also about supporting the people that are bringing important tools to your community and your project itself, right? It just adds value to the project. Smart Stake Analytics, right there. So there's many in the community that are each in their own way bringing value. So some might not be as in your face and as dramatic as what L1's built here, but nonetheless, it's all important pieces of the puzzle.
And they to interject, they also have, as you create tokens on Cruise Control, you could also find the tokens on Coreum. A lot of the meme tokens are already up there as well. So you could track, have analytics about, how many wallets had your token onboarded and so forth and so on. So I think that's a good addition to.
Here's all the new tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, you got all your token analytics on here. Also, how up to date is it? Is Smart on here yet? That was just created.
You could probably look. It should be now. The Smart. But L1, I wanted to ask. Are you, if not now, maybe in the future, going to have like an airdrop tool? So say, for instance, people who create tokens on there could have like a little tab that they have the option of rewarding their community with that, with some of the tokens.
I know like people are asking for that. That's not a priority right now, to be honest. Because it's not complex, but it requires like some work, to be honest. But and have other thing to focus on right now. But it's why not, like when we reach a certain place, like that will be added to the pipeline for sure.
Yeah.
Just like the ability, we want to bring those as well on the platform.
Yeah.
Like what is DAO doing? So we'll have that as well. But yeah, we'll need to take care of like what is here for now, and then we jump onto the next thing.
Sounds good.
Yeah, imagine you're going to be busy for a bit. You got a lot. Just expanding on what we've talked about here today in the short to near term. So I imagine you have a pretty full plate there indeed.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things to do, but it's amazing. Like it's like the future is bright. So I'm really happy.
One thing I was wondering
to do it
about for the real world asset side of things. Like the KYC and onboarding and vetting, all that, is that like a manual process? Like, are you hiring staff here soon, or do you use an agency, or is there a Web3 solution for that? What's that look like for KYC?
Yeah. So the you're right. It's like a manual process, right? We don't bring everyone as issuer because it's important to bring the right people. The way we sourced our first issuer for the pilot program is it's actually the Coreum team that make the introduction. And for KYC, we use a third party provider. Just like like 98% of the other platform or out here, there is companies that specialize in KYC. Because it's a business on its own, to be honest.
Okay, so if you're an asset issuer, a lot of these organizations, if you're KYC with them, it just transfers with you to different platforms anyway. So
yeah,
no, amazing, amazing. Anything else that we touched on there?
No, I think
here it shows you holders in the portfolio section here too.
Yeah, you see, it might be a bit buggy here because you should have your
I don't know if there's anything in this wallet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's empty, but like it should show your balance, the USD value, and so on. So maybe
this isn't my usable wallet here. So,
okay. Yeah, but yeah, it shows like the number of holders. It will show like also the soon we'll have. So that page is actually very important. On that page, it shows like your tokens, the distribution, like how many of those tokens you have, the USD value, and soon we'll add a profit and loss via visualization, so you can see how much you made on the platform, right? So let's say you buy a token on the Launchpad at 10%, like how much do you made when we reach like 90%, and how much do you made when the tokens graduate to the DEX and the price is changing. So yeah, that is another functionality that is coming pretty soon.
Nice, and you could send and receive assets from any Coreum wallet, and that's just to Coreum addresses, or does it do IBC too?
No, that's exclusively Coreum.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and that's a good point actually that you bring that. So that is how you send tokens from one wallet to another on the Coreum network, because all of those tokens, the issue is that they are not supported by Kepler, right? For example, because Kepler, for some reason, like they do not support a lot of ecosystem. So yeah, we pretty much like self-sufficient as a platform. We allow you to create the token and then to visualize it and send it to someone else directly on the platform.
Question. Say for instance, bought a few meme tokens. I noticed that say they don't show up in the Leap wallet as yet. Is there something in the pipeline that will be able to enable that, or that's something that it depends on Leap or the different wallets?
Yeah, I'm talking. I sent a message to Leap guy yesterday, so I'm in talk with them. I know the team pretty well. So I think the close we'll see pretty soon, like the Launchpad token on a Leap wallet, but on Kepler wallet I don't know the team, and they are pretty like close source, let's say. So I cannot talk for that wallet. But yeah, Leap wallets, I'm pretty sure like pretty soon you'll see like your Launchpad token like on their wallet.
Yeah, for those that follow Coreum Community DAO, same problem. Like it's Coreum Community DAO tokens IBC enabled and all over the IBC ecosystem, but you can only view it easily within your Kepler wallet, within your Leap wallet, and not so much on Kepler. So if you're just using Kepler exclusively, maybe you haven't even seen you got CCD tokens yet. But Leap's definitely become one of the easiest wallets to integrate with. I know I haven't tried it since the actual launch. I know when Cruise Control first launched, I was trying to use my Leap wallet on mobile. I actually had to go use my browser within the Leap wallet to access it easily, and not any other way. So that's just a little tip there for those that are trying this out. Not financial advice. Meme tokens can be very, very volatile, very spicy. Nonetheless, this Cruise Control platform has enabled, I think I once said at the start of the show, over 60 new tokens on the Coreum blockchain in just
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. There you go. So just imagine what a year from now is going to look like. When you have problem ones, L1, is that something that if there's enough pushback from the community that can get like removed or just non-visible? Like how does that work for here?
I mean, on the smart contract level, like it's fully permissionless. So I've no say like to say like, hey, what token is here or not, right? So I mean, there is always a way like to hide it on the front end, I guess, but that's not my way of thinking, right?
Yeah, it's like one that comes to mind, and I don't mean to single this one out. There could be many examples here, but I just heard this one yesterday. Sigma, for example, it started selling, fairly aggressively, and then it was quickly pointed out that, hey, like this is an imposter token. It's not actually the official token or team behind it. So and obviously the result is obvious there. Went back to 3% sold. But for somebody just coming on the platform today, there's just nothing really to give them that. Or is there any tools or metrics? Again, this isn't my game that I play. So like, is there maybe tools or metrics that a new user can go, whether it be wallet count or order book history, that might say, hey, might not want to engage with this one, even though like they might, otherwise, because they like the Sigma project.
Mm-hmm. No, I think so. For example, like if you click on Twitter, if the guys probably like they did put like the Twitter.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, of course.
Dirty dogs.
Yeah, of course.
Because even with the token, that has the community speculating on the Bobcat, it's linked to Bob's Twitter. So it's like people are like, okay, is that Bob's token?
Yeah, what we could do is like, for example, if you want to connect your Twitter account, we could like verify that you actually own that Twitter account.
Yes,
as a Twitter login or something like this.
Yes,
but
I think that would be good.
I believe like having the tool that I talked before, because right now you can see the top orders, but we'll make it more where you have a diagram, that show you like a pie diagram, for example, that show you like how many like token repartition and things that will help you like make a better.
Oh yeah, like a reputational thing, right?
On the wallet, no, that would be too big. But I think on-chain AI is integrated, right, on the Explorer.
Yes.
So there is a way, because like the token creator wallet is being shown, right? So you could say, okay, I'm gonna look at these tokens, his on-chain reputation, with on-chain.
Or is there? I think Marco just asked a question in the chat. How do tokens or projects get verified on cruise control? Is verification a type of doorway? Not the meme itself, but the person signing up to say, I'm going to create a project. And there's a way for cruise control to say, hey, you're legit or not? Or that's too much because it's a permissionless, right?
There is a way, like, for example, like to get the green check mark, come talk to us and we'll make we'll help you with the launch and help you to have that green check mark. That is how you get it.
All right, I'll be DMing you.
Yeah. Usually needs to do it like before the project is launched, so because that is done at the smart contract level. If you have another token in mind or something like this, just let me know, let the team know, and we will we'll make it happen.
Yeah, because I had a question relating to that. Say after I created a token, is there any way to edit like that bio section at the top?
No.
Okay.
It's all on chain, so it's
live. It's in the contract.
Immutable. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to pull up. One thing I thought Sologenic always had right was their ranking system where, you have to burn a little bit of a token to vote. Pulsera uses it also somewhat there. That way the community can kind of police it instead of, maybe the operator too. Just like if everybody was, giving something a thumbs down or something, somebody coming in might say, oh, look, I'm early on this project. But meanwhile, it's an imposter or something, right?
Sorry, how do you like to burn? You will need to burn. Sorry, I missed what
like on Sologenic, you sign a transaction basically to vote, whether you approve or disapprove of a token, right? So
I see.
It keeps the spammers away because it costs you a little bit of coin to actually put your thumbs up or thumbs down, but at least it gives some guidance as to the overall sentiment on the project, right?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
So yeah. We are trying to answer questions as they come up in the chats there. We are streaming on YouTube and X, so please, as we get winding down here, if you have any questions that Articulate didn't wrestle out of L1 yet, now's your chance. We are gonna work this out in a way here soon on the podcast where if you want to come up and ask questions, there'll still be an opportunity to do so. I just didn't want to cram in too many features into this episode. I wanted to do it right because this cruise control platform, long overdue in the Coreum ecosystem, and I wanted to do the best I could to highlight it for Elwin, for all the work that he's put in and all the value that he's brought to the community here. So if we left you some value here, please like and share the conversation wherever you're watching it, so help get the message out. A lot of people would have went to the X just to listen to us on the podcast today. Having problems with my media node, so I couldn't stream through my OmniFlix node there, so that's why we're doing it this way here today. But stay tuned for that. We're getting those bugs fixed here soon also, and have a lot of content to get updated on there. And a lot of conversations. Now we got 60 new tokens to launch here in just a couple of days on the ecosystem. It just brings that much more to talk, learn, and help educate the community on. So if you want to get involved in that in any way, please reach out. Coreum Community DAO. It's what we like to do, is bring different communities together and exchange ideas and value, and we all rise together.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think there is a lot to learn. Like honestly, like the way I like to see it is like all those tokens that are being launched, they're like mini TG, right? So it's a good way to learn about tokenomics, about like token behavior, that type of thing. So I think there's a lot of content and thing to say about it. But on my side, I want to say thank you guys. Thanks again for having me, for pushing the project. As always, I'm very grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. And keep building. You have supporters on this side always. If you have something to get out, we're always here to support everything you're about. And the community loves it. They're responding. And I think that, as everything, I think with Coreum, what I've learned is timing is important. So even though sometimes as a community we get a little restless and trying to figure out what's the next move or what's going on, but when something does come out, it's done right. As you see the Certic ratings showing how solid of a project this is. So patience is the key, and patience pays. And looking forward to all the features that we'll get to interact with that Coreum has already, built into the base of the protocol level. And as we discover this treasure chest of use cases and utility, I can just imagine how much more the ecosystem in general as a blockchain community can benefit. And, I look at the fact that, say technically, starting with memes, this is starting to gain traction. We did as you highlight, one of the tokens did over 1 million in 3 days. Well on the way to creating maybe the first blue chip meme project on Coreum. So it's like this is a rigid place, the platform, a protocol, and I just see that anything built on here, once it has the right intention, there's no stopping it, because the protocol level, the network itself is solid. So definitely shout out to anyone looking to build and trying to find a pace. Coreum, the blockchain is very solid. Just you could test it out yourself. There's Pulsara, there's Cruise Control, and others to come. So that's just me. Like I'm not calling myself a degen, but my actions does reflect that recently in the past few days. But it's all fun, and that's how enjoying investing and enjoying community. This is what Cruise Control has kind of put together in one package, So shout out to you, L1 and team.
Thanks, Articulate. Yeah, that was really well put. I think I think you say it all. Like it's the foundation of something that I'm sure will keep growing and bring value to the community and to the ecosystem as a whole. So Really happy about it. Like, and not to brag, right? But we were able like to iterate pretty fast. We didn't took any funding, any grant, anything, right? So it's 100% like a bootstrap, like from the ground up. So yeah, I'm really happy. Like it shows that if you want to do something and you're pushing for it, like it will eventually work. So yeah, this is my small message to all the builders and all the community members. Like if you really want something to happen, like it will ultimately happen. Like if you put the enough amount of work, like in what you're doing.
Awesome. Awesome to hear. Great advice. Just one thing I wanted to touch on real quick, I found while we were talking here, is the token life cycle. You can see currently this is the smart meme token that I'm looking at here. Just launched today. Already 38% progress on that. That's unbelievable. So yeah, just over 500,000 of the 10 million supply has been distributed
So
this morning. The life cycle here. So DEX listed, we talked about that. It goes automatically. Order book listing and sex listing. Could you maybe speak to that progress?
yeah, sure. So the two first steps. So the first step is the curve, right? So it's the launchpad, meaning the curve for bonding curve. The second step is the DEX listing that happened like automatically, right? So when the progress reach 800%. The third step is the order book listing, right? That is not done yet, and the sex listing is not done yet as well. I'll expand on it. So DEX listing is gonna be another like trading venue, right? On top of the DEX, right? And that will use the Coreum order book under the hood. So for those who don't know, the Coreum order book, it's also a DEX, but this DEX is at the protocol level. And what is going to happen is at the same time that the tokens graduate and made available on the DEX, we will create pairs, maybe one, maybe multiple, as Articulate suggested. We'll see. But we'll have a pair like token / Coreum, right? And the other way around, so that you can trade on the order book as well if you want to. And the last step is the centralized exchange listing. So that is a step that is a little bit more tricky. It's not going to be automated because we don't own SX. But the first three steps are going to be fully automated, right? And the last step will be we're actually looking and seeking like a centralized exchange partner to list those tokens. Of course, they're not going to list all tokens. Probably not. We'll see. But they will list the one that perform well. So I'm
so
trying
you'd have
to
some possible known benchmarks to achieve as a project to get a centralized listing, maybe.
exactly.
Nice.
So what's in talk right now is like what does it take for a token launch on cruise control to be listed on your DEX, right? On your centralized exchange. What does it take? Like, does the tokens need to have like 1 million market cap, 2 million, 3 million? Like, what does it take, right? So this is the last part that we are figuring out, and that's the token life cycle, pretty much.
So do I understand it correctly then? Eventually, if all goes well, that centralized listing would be part of the automated token life cycle here?
Yeah, it will not be automated in the sense that, like the three first steps will be done by the smart contract. So you can't call that like fully automated, right?
Yeah.
The last step will be like automated, where to the extent that it will be a human interaction, right, from the sex that we will be working with. Like they will be monitoring the the application, or we'll have like a notification system for them, like that will say, okay, that token has reached, let's say, 2-3 million market cap, right? Because we have that agreement, now please list the token.
Nice.
So yeah, it will be automated, but like as possible, let's say.
So yeah, like you wouldn't necessarily automate this centralized listing itself, but it could be automated to say like, hey, this token now qualifies for a centralized.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, man. That's a great platform you built here.
Ellen, quick question, right? While there is this period where you can only create tokens with 10 million at a time, do you foresee, based upon the success of projects, these memes becoming eventually surpassing like the price of the native assets? Say not just one but multiple.
Oh, sorry. You cut out on the last part. Did you say, like, for example, the meme like going higher than Coreum in price?
Yes. Okay, do you see that as something? Because just because of the tokenomics, possibly.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, for example, if you look at Cat,
Mm-hmm.
Bobcat right now, the price is 0.6 Coreum, right? So it's not that far from flipping Coreum as in price.
Wow.
Yeah, not in market cap, because Coreum has way more tokens, but like with 10 million, yeah, it can go pretty fast. It's still substantial. I could do some math and like look at what market cap will be needed like to reach that thing, such a price. But yeah, it's I'm sure we'll see it like pretty soon.
And does the TVL locked on here, is that reporting to like Dex Screener, like to bring like to bring that TVL as a metric to benefit the Coreum chain itself?
Sorry, can you repeat? I'm sorry, I got
I'm just wondering
distracted.
like if Dex Screener's picking up on the metrics from cruise control to add to the TVL on Coreum per se, so Coreum blockchain is showing more TVL on it.
That's a good question. No, not yet. I'm looking to get in touch with Dex Screener. So if anyone have a contact or a way to like get in touch with them, but yeah, no, not right now. It's not the case. The same for DeFi Llama and all those different ecosystem highlighters, or
Another seed I wanted to plant there a while back, we had on the Superledger podcast Open Eden, and so they issued the T-bill on the XRPL.
Nice.
And so I asked, being that the bridges between Coreum and XRPL is existing, once the DEX was live on Coreum, could that T-bill actually be bridged over? And they said yes, of course it could, but the KYC obviously would have to flow through with that. Is it potential? Is Open Eden, I guess, a company that would potentially be having a use case for the institutional side of that launch, the real world assets? I think
it's cool.
It would be a big narrative moving forward here. So.
Yeah, I need to look into them, to be honest. But why not? To be honest, like what if they are like an issuer and they're able like to guarantee that the whole custody of the fund and all these things, like I think there is definitely a way for us to work together. We want to expand on the XRPL side, so we'll definitely be reaching out to all those projects. I don't know all of them, to be honest. I'm not that focused on the XRPL ecosystem. Of course, I keep an eye, I look at what's happening, understand all the different technicalities, but things move so fast. Like every week there is a new project over here. So
and I'll reach out and see if they'd come back on the show. I'd be curious to see. Like I'm actually curious to know like how that KYC flows through. I guess if it's somewhat of a manual process, it would be the same as any real world asset. Basically, you have that human to human interaction at the start to verify uh, if the project can list on there or not. Another one that comes to mind from XRPL is Prop2. To see what they're bringing tokenized.
What is it? Propto? Oh yeah, they do like real estate, right?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
they
yeah, I'm just
actually
happy
set.
because you've opened up the portal, L1. We've been waiting for the portal to be open, and you've opened it. So I got a couple years of ideas and conversations to see how we can ram through this portal now.
Yeah, no, that's well said. Like I think the gate was closed, right? And know that it's open. Like there is a lot of work to do. There is, but technically, no, it's feasible. Like there is that place called Cruise Control that, as you said, opened that gate, and like we'll I know like we're there. Yeah, Coreum is able like to fully like expand its wings and build from here. So I don't know what is the next step in terms of what project do we work with, but
Have you
yeah,
got feedback from the Coreum team? Obviously, they've built this powerful DEX
yeah,
that's been in stealth mode ever since it was launched and upgraded. It's now
yeah,
out. You're the one that's bringing the attention to it. You did a little bit there, as we mentioned several weeks back with the Coreum.fun. Everybody got to see it a little bit, but
hmm
now we have a DEX where we're trading assets. We're listing assets in a permissionless fashion, which is amazing. Like I can't even say how exciting that is to
yeah,
have that feature available. Have you got any feedback from the Coreum team to say like, hey, everything's looking good, or
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I was with Fabio like during the launch. So I mean, um, yeah, I got like really good feedback from them. Like Mike also like sent me a message like yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago. I mean, right after the launch, and yeah, I was really impressed by what we did. Like he offer helps, like if we needed like anything in terms of uh, collaboration, or like how can we expand from here. So yeah, I mean, as always, like the Coreum team like is super supportive, and yeah, there is a couple of things like in the pipeline with them, like to better improve the platform. Like one example is like on the Coreum Explorer, we are going to work so that the tokens show on the Explorer as well, with the price and everything. So yeah, there is some collaboration taking place, and yeah, I mean, they're really happy about the project, of course.
and then as far as a builder, I mean, your machine's running on top of that DEX, and like how in your description estimation, how well is the DEX working?
I mean, right now we're not like leveraging like the order book decks, but we are definitely leveraging the chain, right? As all the smart contract are on the chain, and it's working very well. And not to get too technical, but the bonding curve, like it needs a certain amount of compute, right, on each buy and sell to calculate like where we at on the curve, because it's a mathematical function, right, that is telling you, just like an AMM is telling you, okay, at that certain token supply, that is the price, right? And then to buy a certain amount, we have to integrate under the curve, which is the amount of token that, and that calculation, sorry, gives you the amount of token that you need to pay to get um, a certain amount of token. So let's say you want to buy like 800 Coreum, we need to do that math, and it's quite intensive, and it's working very well on the Coreum blockchain. So that's shout out to the to the Coreum dev team.
Yeah, no, that's like there's a lot of new transactions that haven't been happening in the last few days, right? And every transaction I've executed has went very smooth, seamless. Couldn't be happier. Like, everybody's familiar with the XRPL. A lot of people are familiar with the XRPL. 4 second. It's a fast transaction. There's no complaining about. But the difference between 4 and 1 second is significant as far as the end user. Like, you wouldn't think so, but it is quite significant.
Yeah. No. It's really good, especially for the infra, right? There's blockchain that do better, like frankly speaking, but I think we can do better than 1 second, to be honest. Like, we just need to. There's a couple of things that need to be changed, but that's on the Coreum dev team. They know what to do, I guess, to get here. But yeah, I think we went from. I don't remember what was the last.
It was like 1.9, I think, for the most
yeah,
part.
so double, right? So we cut it by half.
Yeah.
That's a good sort.
Like, it's fast. You do a transaction, it's bam, bam. It's that's
nice. Yeah. No, for a use case like the Launchpad and thing, it's more than enough. Like 1 second, like exactly, like you click buy, boom, like in like 1 second, you have like the order that is processed, right? It's super fast.
And then for the bonding curve, that I imagine was a big part of what you built. Has that worked as you envisioned? Did real world applications show up anything that the testing couldn't have pulled out, or how's that all?
Yeah, so it was a big. There is some serious like IP over here, like intellectual property, like. And what is cool is that the same rail we built for that we're gonna use for AW as well. Not exactly the same, but we'll use the same rails. But yeah, testing, it's been a lot of time, to be honest. Like I spent a lot of time researching, iterating, testing, to find the right way of doing it, right? Because it has never been done, right? On Coreum and on Cosmos and with Cosm Wasm. So I had to really innovate, like to pull that off. But yeah, in terms of testing, yeah, it's in the beginning, yeah, it was had to test different strategy, different things, different way of doing it. I also tested like different tokenomics to make sure that the tokenomics make sense, that it's that we have like the optimal yield when it graduates to the DEX, all this stuff. So yeah, a lot of testing.
I have a question. Sorry, Chris. Someone texted me. So apparently some people are having issues with the Leap wallet accessing the cruise control, and they said that they actually have put the address in the Leap browser, but they're still having a few issues. I know that you're in contact with the Leap team. Is there also a something in the works right now where you're going to have the cruise control DApp as a part of the Leap list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I sent them a message yesterday about that. I sent a message to GoRav.
Okay.
So that's that's in the pipeline. That's in the pipeline. That is the first thing that will happen, to be honest. Yeah, like we'll be
nice.
here. In terms of like issue, I saw a couple of messages here and here. I was not able to replicate, but yeah, and that's a good time. Like any issue that you guys have, I know there is quite a few right now, but send it either like in the Coreum Labs Telegram group, or in the or send us a message right on Twitter, either to myself, L1, or to the cruise control account, and we'll look into it. We are really listening to community feedback, because this is a community project, right? So yeah, any issue, please let's send it my way or cruise control, and we'll look into it as fast as possible. any features as well, right? Functionalities that you want to see, like for example, the latest tab on the Launchpad. I think it's someone from the community that suggested it, and I implemented it in like
Which
like
one was
1
that?
hour after that.
Test. Oh yeah, because that happened on like Saturday, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I noticed I opened it and I'm like, wait, when did this come up? I actually do notice a few things you tweaked over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So yes, when it's feasible, when it's and when it's like for example, that thing was pretty easy to do. Like I'm happy to do it. If it improve your if it makes your life easier, pretty much.
Well, it did for me today. I heard that the smart token was launched, and I was and I'm scrolling through tokens. I'm like, man. And Artica, I was on the phone, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm having a hard time finding your token. And he's like, oh, you got to hit the latest one. So, and sure enough, there it was. So, yeah, I don't know if a search button could be put in there too. That'd be my
That's
recommendation. But the latest worked for me too. Awesome project. I hope we did good going through it, showing everybody.
That was amazing.
How to use it. I'm more than happy to help if anybody has any further questions. Last call. Alan, what if anything could you point to on what you built here that you would say sets it apart from what might be out there comparable to it?
You mean in the Coreum ecosystem, or in general?
It's just in general. Like, is there something on your cruise control that you kind of probably point to and say, like, this is doing it better than anywhere else?
Yeah, 100%.
I have my opinions. I'm just curious to yours.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to. I mean, I'm curious. Like, yeah, I'll go first then. But so let's start with the Coreum ecosystem, right? There is nothing like it right now. So the ability to create a token in a fully permissionless manner, right, and to assign a value to that token, it does not exist in the Coreum ecosystem. And that's like this one sentence, right? Create a financial asset in a fully permissionless manner. That is, I believe, what will bring Coreum like to maybe time 4x, like in TVL, right? Because it's the same thing that made Bitcoin successful. Bitcoin is a financial asset that has been created in a permissionless manner, and then on Ethereum, that will DeFi everything. It originated from that same ethos. Now, if you take a step back and you look at what's happened on the other blockchain, right? There is Pump.fund, there is this other like token Launchpad, but what is unique on Cruise Control is that everything is done on chain. For those who don't know, on Pump.fund, when there is a token migration, it's not automatic, right? It takes a couple of minutes, and this is because there is people behind it that need to do things, and it's a bit different. So I'm not afraid to say that we have, at least on the smart contract level, better tech than what's out here on Solana. And what is unique as well is the synergy, right, between the platform and the chain, between Cruise Control and Coreum. You have Coreum that is a proof of stake network, right? So every block that passes, some reward is distributed like to stakers, right? This is how the network is secured. And that means that Coreum is inflationary, right? So you need a way to take those rewards and put them in something that is fixed capped, right? Like, for example, a token on the Launchpad. So as you can see, like we almost like mathematically created like a trading venue for that those rewards, right? We created like a financial instrument for those rewards to be sent to. And I think that synergy here, it's unique. It does not exist anywhere else, because it's the interconnection between Coreum and the and Cruise Control. But that is the second thing. And last thing is Not here yet, but Cruise Control is going to be unique in the sense that it's going to be the first platform ever where you're going to be able to trade meme coin, attention tokens, and other community tokens with real-world assets directly. And that has never been done before.
So wait, hold on. So I noticed recently the SEC did some clarifications with regarding to that definition in terms of super apps.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can trade securities right next to non-securities or commodities.
Mm-hmm.
And Cruise Control, you're saying, is going to be that first iteration of that.
Yeah, I mean, and I've been saying that way before the SEC,
yeah, I
like
remember.
super app, all this thing, like I mean, and I've been saying it before then, but I'm sure like they were thinking about it, like they didn't invent the term, neither did I, right? But yeah, it's the realization that people need. We need a way like to abstract complexity and put everything under one house, right? So yeah, but it shows that everyone is aligned, right? The SEC, Cruise Control, I think Solotex as well is the same thing. Like they're trying to put everything under one house.
One that became the mantra now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I see Bob tweeted just now with something very important in terms of speaking about the ecosystem and the implications going forward in terms of, there's some momentum going on with Solargenic, Solotex, and Coreum, but what is happening on the Coreness side, it's going to benefit the entire network. That was his words in my words, so very powerful, very strong knowing the portfolio and what Coreness does, what it implies for the entire ecosystem, and the fact that these are not just more speculations, it's actually things coming to light and actually becoming reality.
No, I think Bob and the whole Coreness team, like they've been working really hard, like on different initiative, and yeah, it's coming together. The same for the Coreum and Solargenic team, to be honest. But yeah, that combination of Coreness, Coreum, Solargenic, it's really powerful.
Nice. I had a question about I didn't launch a token on the Launchpad here yet, so forgive me if this information is in the process there. But I have launched a token on Coreum, CCD token, so I'm familiar with that process, and how you add or include any particular smart features. Are smart tokens enabled or included in any tokens launched on the Launchpad?
Yeah. Actually, can you go to the launch? Launch your token. Like if you go like all to the way on the right, on this thing. So this is how you create a token. So as you can see, you just have to enter your token name, ticker, logo, banner, description, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piece of information.
Oh, nice.
And the rest is optional. Yeah, this I need to talk to the Pulsar team, but the vision was to being able to create pools over here as well. But so all tokens that are created on the Launchpad are smart tokens. It is easy as that. So they are smart tokens with the burning and minting functionalities enabled, and that's pretty much it. So all tokens on the Launchpad, they are at the protocol level.
Okay, interesting. And then so what made me think of that is I was talking to a project that had a meme token on the XRPL, and I was talking about bridging their token over to Coreum, and then adding a feature like Coreum Community DAO token. We have a feature. We use the what's it called? Send pass, I believe, adds a tax basically to the transaction, 1%.
Okay.
But you could also use the burn feature and create a burn mechanism on every transaction too. and his project specifically focused around the burning of tokens. So it's like, geez, like Coreum has a smart token feature that, kind of burns it automatically with transactions. So he was quite interested in that. So that's why I brought that particular one up. So nice. Some of the token features are, but not the more customizable ones.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't need it. Yeah, but in the future, maybe what we do, like I have to think about it, but maybe we have the ability for you like to select more feature, to also like fine-tune the tokenomics, right? Let's say, because it's feasible from a contract perspective, but
yeah,
it will be like a different product.
Like if I had a project and just said like, look at 10 million tokens just will not work for my project. I need 100 million or 1 billion or whatever. Mm-hmm. Is that something that could be negotiated and created, if it made sense, or you're pretty locked in on this structure as it is?
Yeah, for now, like it depends, right? Like let's say tomorrow there is like a really big influencer that is coming and that is saying, look, 100,000 Coreum like to graduate, like we're gonna reach that in 5 seconds, right? Let's do 1 million, right? And 100 million token or 1 billion, right? We could do it. It will be like, we just need to make sure that we, like for the end user, that this is very clear, and that, because like the assumption that you have right now when you trade those tokens on the Launchpad is, okay, I'm trading like a smart meme or like a Trump, for example. The assumption is that they have the same market cap, they have the same same initial market cap, the same token supply, and all of this. So make it easy for you to understand it. Like so yeah, if we do so, we'll make sure that we explain very well that this particular project have a different tokenomics.
Yeah, so not impossible, but the use case would really have to justify the
yes. Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I don't see any further questions. Articulate, are you seeing any out there that we haven't got to yet?
No. Someone had a comment about they'd love to see Uphold with staking for Coreum holders on the XRPL without having to sell and rebuy it in the Cosmos.
Yeah, maybe we'll get Uphold on the space here soon. They can answer that themselves.
That would be cool.
Because Coreum is one of the assets in the vault, right? There's only a handful of assets in the Uphold vault, and Coreum is one of them, so it would be good to have that conversation. See what.
Yeah. Well, and I just know, like, in preparation for this, I had a few people say, like, hey, all my Coreum's locked up. I want to buy some Coreum because I don't, won't be unlocked in time to participate. What's the easiest way to buy Coreum, right? Like, they've been staking Coreum for a long time. They get their rewards. They haven't had to buy Coreum, you know what I mean? So now he's like, I want to go buy some. It's not the easiest thing to do, like it's not everywhere. It's not BitTrue. But yeah, it'd be nice if Uphold came around, and being that there's so much overlap between our communities with the XRPL and Coreum there for sure.
Yeah.
They are one of Coreum Concept's first sponsors, but I'm more partial to the DeFi ecosystem, so I'll talk about cruise control till the cows come home before that. So, but that's just my personal bias. There's a space for everybody, and everybody's got different needs. So I'm not trying to diminish Uphold's purpose or value, but for me, L1's building the tools that I need to participate in my financial future, and help preserve that decentralized aspect of it, because to me that is important. I don't care if we're talking about my gold, my Coreum, or my meme tokens. I want to be able to possess them myself, have full control over them. So love that the cruise control has control in its name, because to me, that's the biggest part of this for me is having control over your assets, whether it be launching it or holding it or trading, staking. And I mentioned earlier, I got my comments. I just love the one-stop shop for interacting on the Coreum ecosystem. If I could ask one question, I don't know how important it is to me, but it's just a question I had. As far as interacting with your NFTs on here, is that something that's going to be possible?
Yeah. I'm in touch with the Bits team. We are working on like bringing more interaction with the NFTs, like to bring that social aspect. Yeah, it's only the beginning now, but yeah, we will have like things to have you like leverage your NFTs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I really appreciate you stopping by again. Ton of value here.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody, encourage you to like, share the video so everybody else can kind of go through the platform and see its unique features and the value that it could bring to them or their project. I think that's cleared my list of questions. I'm really excited to see. I've just been blown away. It's almost distracting to me. Like, I'm just watching this show and just knowing a token got launched this morning and just seeing buy smart. Like, man, like that is. I haven't spent time on other launch platforms, I guess, that are specific to launching. But to me, like, that is a genius feature for triggering my monkey brain.
It's that dopamine.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I'm not big on the memes, but last 2 days, I'm just watching, this little flag pop up. Oh, they're buying this. And it's great. The other part is it's awesome to see the community, it's like another little flag that the community gets to wave around, like, hey, oh, look at somebody's buying the Trump token or the cat token, right? It's good to see. So I just want to thank you again. I want to provide such an amazing tool. Articulates on some.
Sorry, yeah, somebody just DM'd me a question on Twitter. They just wanted to know if in the future you're gonna have a fiat off ramp on cruise control.
Yeah. We're supposed to work with Cado Money, but they got acquired by another company, so it did push back that process a bit. But I know some people at what is it? It's changed now. So we'll see. That will happen as well. To be honest, like we need it, right? If we really want to be a super app, we need to be able like to onboard like fiat users, Web2 users directly. So it goes with like the package, right? The chain abstraction, like logging with your Google account, right? The way I envision it is like you log in with your Google account. If you're a new user, right, you never touch blockchain. Coreum is your first blockchain. You log in with Google, and right after, like we ask you, like, hey, do you want to deposit like $100 to get started? Like there will be like 1,000 Coreum, and that will be like your initial set. And the same if you want to on ramp or off ramp later on. That should be possible. So yeah, it's I don't have a timeline on this as well, but I thought about it, and I'm just looking for the right partner.
Got it. Yeah, that's it for me.
Right on. Well, we'll wrap things up. Thank you for your time again today, Alan. Sorry I kept you quite a ways here. I'm sure you've been talking a lot about this the last little while, but the endless hours of work and resources you've put into it is showing well, my friend. It's a great looking product, really fun to interact with in multiple different ways. You don't have to just be using meme tokens or anything else. And I really caution those that are venturing into meme tokens for the first time. But I just want to thank you again. It's great. I'm really excited to see how it evolves moving forward. I have a window into your roadmap there, and I can just imagine the power of this product once the pieces all come together as you envision them there. So keep us up to date on the upcoming developments, and any way we can help you share the message, we're always here for you.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the ongoing support. Thank you, Articulate, as well, and the whole Coreum concept team. There is more more people behind the curtains that I never met, but yeah, I mean, thank you to everyone involved, and shout out also like to the community, to the people watching the stream right now. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the feedback, and yeah, let's make it happen. Like it's only the beginning, and yeah, I'll keep you up to date on the future evolution of the platform. But things are going to move fast, and yeah, I'll be back on the podcast whenever you want. You just let me know, and I'll jump in.
Set your cruise scroll at 85. Let's go. Let's go. I know you're from Canada, Elwin, but I think majority of our audience is American, so that's why I went
from the US. Yeah, all good.
But yeah, right on. Thanks for joining us. Just remind everybody, CoreumCommunityDAO.com to learn how to become involved with what we're building, different ways we're trying to bring value to the community. Shout out to all those subscribing. The next snapshot for the Coreum Community DAO token is coming up September 22nd, the fall solstice equinox, I guess it is. So make sure you're positioned with that by staking your Coreum on Coreum Community DAO validator. And make sure you spread that delegation around so it's nicely decentralized. L1's got the Coreum Labs validator. I've seen Devon was in the comments there. It's Accelerate Worldwide. I mentioned Cosmos Rescue before. Many good community validators out there. If you don't know, just ask. And that's, I think, some of the value that Coreum Community DAO brings. Pop on by if you want to properly manage your stake to multiple validators in a good way for the blockchain and the community at large. Give us a ring. We'll help you out. Or, as I mentioned, Smart Stake Analytics has great resources for seeing what's going on the chain, and is also for educating yourself on delegating properly. So that's going to wrap it up here for episode 88. We'll be back here again next week. Let us know what you think of the new format. If you like seeing Articulate and I's faces, I know he's maybe a little bit better made for video than me. I think I'm more made for radio, but whatever. It's let us know what you think. Give us a thumbs up, like, share the space, and we're just trying to figure out different ways to bring value and educational content to you out there in the community that is of good use and is relatable. So with that, if you want to appear on the Superledger podcast as a guest, just reach out to our DMs, Articulate and I, or CoreumCommunityDAO.com also. So with that, we'll wrap it up with a song from our good friend and co-host Articulate, whose token launch is going through the roof here today. Matt.
Yeah, close to 50%. Wow, I was like, wow.
Crazy. Like, that's what I said, man. You see, we're watching it happen on little flags popping up as we're doing the show here. So with that, we will close out today's show with some boom shakalaka from Articulate. So thanks again, everybody. Peace and prosperity to all.
Articulate. It's broken. I think they're ready. Yo! Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Do you dance? Everybody make room. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Press gas, shake it, vroom, vroom. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. From a nose, say you feel this tune. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Boom, boom, yo. Just boom, shakalaka, waistline popper, pop, pop. Lick a firecracker, big showstopper, frequent shopper. No off cook now, feed pan whopper, and a serious matter. Big up the shatters, respect the youth, now kill them brothers. Long life to live down, this year mother. In this life, never get another. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. Do you dance? Everybody make room. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. Press gas, shake it, boom boom. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. From me know so you feel this tune. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. Boom boom boom. Time to joy, time time for get sadder. Time for straight out, time for use grabber. Time for sneakers, time for bank robber. Time for sticks, then time for some shabba. Time for peace, time for ratatata. Time for prayer, our Father. No time for hate, love one another. No hate, love one another. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Do you dance? Everybody make room. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Press gas, shake it, vroom, vroom. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. From me know so you feel this tune. Boom, shakalaka, laka, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Just boom, shakalaka. Baseline proper. Pop, pop. Like a firecracker, big showstopper, frequent shopper. No outfit cook, nah feed pan whopper. And a serious matter, big up the shatters. Respect the youths, nah kill them brothers. Long life to live down this year mother. In this life, never get another. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom. Boom shakalaka laka 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 boom.